The koala is one of the most interesting creatures in the world, as well as one of the laziest species. Today, you will be learning about the koala's habitat, relationships, and other key information that will help you truly understand the life of a koala. Welcome to Capturing Koalas. Now, you may be asking the question, what exactly is a koala? A koala is a eukaryote multicellular mammal native to Australia, in simplest terms, but it is so much more than that. The full classification of a koala is actually very interesting. It is, obviously, a member of the Animalia kingdom. It has the common phylum of Chordata. Chordata holds classes such as fish, bird, and reptiles, but the koala is in the Mammalia class, with its subclass being Marsupiala, meaning that they are born incompletely developed and nursed in a pouch such as a kangaroo. Its order is Diprotodontia, which includes wallabies, possum, and the koala's closest living relative, the wombat, who's in the family of
Phascolarctidae,
and the genus Phascolaratos, which are both specific to marsupials. Finally, the species is Cinereus. Its Latin name is Thurigula.
Koalas are very, very solitary animals after about a year. But for that first year of their lives, oh man, they are more or less attached to their mother. A relationship with a joey and a mother is quite sad, actually. It's almost like a baby koala becomes a teenager after a year, because he is nursed for that entire year, being loved and helped by his mother very dearly, until he decides, or the mother decides, yeah, it's time for you to go. In which they get very aggressive with each other. They usually never see each other again after the joey leaves the mother's help.
Koalas have an average lifespan of 13 to 18 years. They are arboreal animals, which means they spend most of their time living in trees, and especially sleeping in trees. They are considered nocturnal animals. Koalas sleep an average of 20 hours per day. In an average lifespan of 15.5 years for a koala spends 113,210 hours out of it, of a possible 135,852 hours. To put that into simpler terms, they spend about 83% of their lives sleeping. That's roughly 50% more than humans sleep in their lifetime.
The energy value of the koala's diet is very low, so they sleep an insane amount to conserve as much energy possible, which is why they spend this amount of time sleeping.
As previously stated, koalas are typically found in Australia. Koalas live in tropical biomes, specifically eucalyptus leaf forests, and they are specialist animals. A specialist animal is an animal or species that can only thrive in a very specific types of biomes, environmental conditions, and a specific set of resources, as opposed to a generalist animal which can thrive in a wide variety of these requirements. Specialist animals can also sometimes have a limited diet. Koala's main source of energy is the eucalyptus leaf, which is a very poisonous and toxic type of leaf. However, the koala's digestive system is adapted to remove the toxins from the leaf so they can safely be consumed. They eat around 350 grams of leaves per day and only eat a select few out of the 600 types of eucalyptus leaf. However, different types of these leaves grow in different places, so depending on where they live, two koalas may have a very different diet. Koalas get rid of waste the same way as humans, by releasing feces. Koalas are herbivores, and they eat only eucalyptus leaves, and they are at the top of their food chain due to not having any natural predators. The koala's closest living relative, the wombat, has predators such as including foxes and dingoes, but these animals do not prey on koalas, while it has occurred, but very rarely. Large birds may prey on young or baby koalas.
Koalas, much like dogs, mark their territory to assert dominance and alert any intruding koalas to get the heck out of there. Scent markings is huge in koala's life, and very smelly. Females will even use scent markings for mating purposes. The female koala will use scent markings to attract males, who once they smell it, will quickly crawl over to mate.
Koalas are common organisms in Australia, and they mate around once per year. Breeding happens in late spring and early summer. Koalas will experience a point per year in which the male will go to the female in their home range, mate with them, and then leave. The mothers hold the baby koala, or the joey, for about a year, until they are expected to return to their home range. Other than these very slim interactions, the koalas are very solitary creatures. They live and handle their business alone, for they have little desire to interact with other koalas or other animals around them.
Well, they have many special behaviors. For one thing, they can eat eucalyptus leaves, which many animals would never dare to eat, and it's fascinating how they can eat them in large quantities. Another funny thing, well, at least that I find funny, is how they communicate. Although physical interactions and interactions in general aren't common in koalas, they do vocalize very strangely. Male koalas will give a very loud grunt to assert their dominance. The other koalas and mammals know, "Hey, I'm here, don't mess with me." Female koalas generally only talk to their babies, so there's not much going on there, as they only carry their joeys for about a year.
Koalas just may be the most interesting creatures in the world. They eat only one type of leaf, they hardly interact with others, and they cannot stand their own mothers, and they sleep for 4/5 of their lives. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned an abundant amount about koalas, but it's time for them to go back to sleep. You can catch them later if they ever wake up. See you next time on Capturing Koalas.